who's that girl? And I was like, oh, it's Lorena.
Yeah, it's Lorena.
Lunch nomás.
Are you ready?
I was born ready, girl.
Are you ready? Oh, I know you were born ready. It was
How was
good.
your
I'm
day?
telling you, I slept good. I didn't wake up with dark circles and shit. Yeah.
That's
'Cause
good.
usually I'll go to sleep like super late, like late, and then I'll wake up early because it's because I'll sleep like 2 hours, dude, 2 or 3 hours max, and I'm like, ooh, I feel good, I guess
That's
it's just like,
crazy. You're
I
nuts.
don't know, because you know how like they tell, I mean, a person's supposed to sleep 8 hours, whatever, but you really just need like four or less. Like you can do with four, you're fine. You
Not
know?
even, isn't it like 7 hours? Like,
Well, you're supposed to sleep 8 hours,
oh,
apparently.
wait,
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, they tell you sleep 8 hours, but in reality, you can probably sleep 4 hours and be fine.
not me.
But not everybody's like that. So, like
Well,
me,
not me.
I'm telling you, I'll go to sleep like at 4 in the morning, and then I'll wake up at 8,
I
or
know
like
that,
I'll
and
wake
that's
up at
why I always,
7,
I don't know why you do that.
and my
You don't
body
even,
just wakes up.
you say late is like, well, late is actually like 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning. You don't even sleep at all.
No, I
And
don't.
then
Sometimes I don't.
you go to sleep like 2 hours in the morning.
And then I wake up, and then I'm like, I have to do whatever the fuck I have to do, and then I'm taking naps throughout the day. So it's not that bad, because I sleep, but I just
Yeah,
don't
no,
sleep like when I'm supposed to be
normal.
asleep. And then since I have to tell everybody fake
Que no quedamos
bangs.
en que ya no lo ibas a usar.
Ya sé, ya lo
Ay,
sé.
amiga.
Ay, amiguita.
Ay, amiguis, no sé qué voy a hacer contigo.
Pues no.
Size your vibe. Wake up, check your phone. Wake up, check your phone. Smoke till you feel numb. Check your phone. Check your phone. Check, bomb, check, bomb. Dial the tone.
Welcome, everyone, to F in Adulting.
Hi,
We
guys.
are joined today, obviously, like every other day, by my lovely, beautiful, courageous, awesome
Thank you. Keep
co-host,
going. Wait, keep going.
Crystal.
Yeah, keep going.
Keep going. So, how do you feel today, Crystal?
I feel pretty good. It was a pretty good day today, too. Yeah. And it's been a good week.
I'm glad. It's been a
Yeah.
decent week. A decent week.
I know last week was horrible, but it was pretty good this week, so I'm glad.
Yeah, the weather's been okay over here. I don't know about El Paso, but the weather here, it's been hot, but like windy still, so it's tolerable.
Crazy. Is it still humid though?
It's always humid here.
Oh, I don't know.
Like nonstop, always humid. It's just crazy. Like I remember, when was it? Last month. No, it wasn't last month. It was probably like early this month. Last
You're
month,
like a week ago. It was yesterday and shit.
It was horrible, dude. Like it felt 100. Like it felt like it was at 100, over 100, but the humidity, it was at 80, but it felt like it was at 100 humidity. So it was like weird to breathe outside, and if you're like wearing the mask, it's horrible.
Oh,
Just
shit.
not. I took out the dogs and I came back in, and I didn't go out anymore. That was
It's
it.
like, I don't know how you can, I don't know, like even with the mask, you can't breathe. So I could just imagine being out there in that kind of weather. Like you probably passed out there. It feels horrible to breathe like that.
It's
Like,
insane. Like I don't understand how people. I mean, I know you have to wear it, and you're inside, but people that work outside, sorry, but it's hard to be wearing a mask in that type of weather. You can't even breathe. You can't. Even if you wear like the most breathable fucking material, you can't.
You can't, no. It's not the same thing. It's like you're breathing hot air or something.
And it's like right here, So it's like you take it off, and I went yesterday to the DMV to do some shit, right? And then I'm wearing the mask, and you're like breathing, right? and I'm already a hard breather to begin with. So, so you can just imagine with that shit on, and then like I take it off because I have to take it off, and then no, I take it off when I got into the car, and I take it off, and all these droplets of fucking
sweat and shit.
Sweat and disgusting, and I had taken it off over there talking to the guy, and I'm like, my goodness, imagine I was like all these little droplets of sweat.
You're all
like,
drenched and shit.
And the guy's just looking at me like, do you want a napkin? And I'm like, no, I'm good, I'm good. So, yeah,
you have a little pool inside your little mask.
No, it was funny because it was already here. You know how it gets, like the sweat.
Yeah, like little sweat droplets.
So how do you like my bangs?
I love them. I love them.
Everybody, I cut my bangs.
Looks sexy.
I actually do want to. They're fake, but I actually want to.
Look good. I would have never guessed if you wouldn't have told me. I honestly thought you cut your hair.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you got bangs again. Because I know you had bangs.
Never. I mean, I did them myself. My sister did them for me, and they look cute, you know? Because she did them. She's a hairdresser and all that, right? So
Carmen?
She did them, and yeah, she's a hairstylist. So, well, she used to do that. She hasn't renewed her thing, so her license hasn't been renewed for like a long time. So, but she still knows how to cut hair either way, you know.
Yeah.
And she's done my hair. She does my hair all the time, and it turns out really pretty, you know. So the first time she did my bangs, like she did the whole like she cut my hair up to here. And it was just so pretty because it just went like straight and then boom, you know, like a little.
I think I remember your hair like that.
I tried doing that myself once they started growing down.
Oh God.
And I cropped too much hair, and it was just like it was
appearing shit.
It was not good. No, I did it like how I have it now, but it was just like too much hair, you know. So it just looked weird. And I'm like, I am not cutting my bangs anymore. I'm trying to grow my hair. So I don't want to like cut my bangs and then for that to be, you know.
And then for that, yeah. No, I get it.
I'm like, I can't commit to bangs, but I can't commit to them. So I'm just going to get a little bang piece.
I didn't know they just had those.
Yeah. I would take it off, but you don't want to see.
Looks good. It looks good. You should, hey, tell your sister to cut my hair.
I will.
For real. I'm down.
Yeah.
I want to do something drastic.
Cut your hair short.
No, I don't think so.
For real. That would look cute like that.
No.
That's a drastic change. What do you mean? You want something drastic? You want to dye your hair?
Like a mohawk or, I don't know. I just say no.
That'd be cool.
No, hell no. What do you mean? That would look so weird. I would look like a boy probably for real.
Oh, speaking of that, oh my God. Did you see my picture as a boy?
I did.
I'm handsome, right?
You look pretty cute. You would be a cute boy.
I'm a handsome boy.
Yeah.
I'm a handsome man. I would totally be into me if I were somebody else. So I did your picture as a guy.
You did?
Yeah.
And then?
And now I'm gonna put it so that the viewers can see it.
Let's see it. Yeah, let's see it. How do I look? Do I look weird?
No, you don't look weird.
You think I'm hot?
Do you want to see yourself with a beard or without a beard? That's you.
I will be so handsome.
That's that's you with.
I kind of look like my dad.
And that's you with beard.
Oh, I look cute.
I can see you with me.
Hi. Yeah, we'll be homeboys.
Hey, handsome. You want to take me out or what?
Maybe. Hey, maybe.
You're so handsome, actually. You're very handsome.
Thank you.
Weird. I'm into Crystal Guy. What's your name, Carlos? I'm
growing a beard then. Nah, I'm just playing.
What's your name? Hello, Crystal Guy.
My name is Chris. Mom, my name is Chris.
Hey, Chris. I like your
Hey,
beard.
baby. Yeah, hey, baby. Pretend like the phone's talking to you, right?
Okay.
What's your name?
Stephanie.
Ooh, nice name.
Ooh.
Trying
Why
to
is your
make it
voice like that?
manly. Uh, I'm sick.
I'm sick.
Of the Rona.
You're handsome.
I would be kind of handsome.
And then me.
Yeah, let's see you. I think you're pretty handsome.
Look at me. Oh, I look like a bad boy.
You do look like a bad boy.
I told
You're a
you I was
little
a bad boy.
gangster.
Like, hey, look at that
Hey,
fake forehead.
not even. I like your haircut.
I'm handsome.
Dude, oh my God. I can't believe that's you.
That's me as a dude. I showed it to
That's
my mom, and my
crazy.
mom's like,
Send
"Ay,
me
qué
both.
guapo, muy varonil."
That's funny.
I'm
Send me
like, "That's
both.
right, mom, huh?"
Send me both so that I can show my mom too later.
Yeah, I'll send it to you
Yeah.
right now.
I'm gonna be like, ¿se te hace guapo este muchacho?
Hey, Lorena está saliendo con este chavallo.
¿Cómo
Ah!
se le hace?
I put it on my Facebook, and I was like, "Oh, this is my new boyfriend." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" My mother-in-law's gonna be like, "Who the fuck is that?" Ay,
Soy yo.
Soy yo. I'm my
Muy bien
boyfriend.
guapo.
No, y luego our friend. I have a friend. Well, we used to go to school together from school.
Yeah, I remember her too.
She's like all hating on me. She's like, "Damn, me quedé así, ira chiquitito." She puts a little tongue in, you know. And then she's like, "Véngase con su mami."
Y ahí vas. Ay.
Ay,
Voy.
yo le dije,
Okay, all right, let's
all
do this.
right, buddy.
All
Are
right.
you excited?
I'm very excited.
Dude, this is your episode. You're like
It
the
is my
star
episode.
right now. I'm so happy for you. I,
Put a little light over here.
I'm so happy for you.
I know.
My episode.
It is a little.
Aww.
Oh, look at my shirt.
Awesome.
Look at
I
my
love
shirt.
it. Oh, that's
It's-
cute. I like it.
Yeah.
Está
It's cute, huh?
bonito. It's pretty. So we had a really good thing happen with the Supreme Court. They ruled for the LGBTQ plus workers to be protected from job discrimination. So they're going to be added to the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which obviously it's illegal to, to discriminate against employers from being female or male. And now they passed, or they included the LGBTQ plus community plus the transgender, the what is it, LGBTQ and transgender, right?
I think it's all in the letters, no?
Is it all in the thing? I don't know.
Lesbian, gay, bisexual.
Transgender. So lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer plus, because you have to add the plus for whatever else, And so that's pretty awesome. This Monday, that was a good news, and they also did pass the whole like DACA. They kept it. Did you hear about that? Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
That is cool. So that's a big. It's awesome that the Supreme Court's like, and there's a lot of Republicans there, so it's kind of surprising,
You know what? Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too. Like, I don't know. And it wasn't even, I don't know.
I'm glad.
I'm glad
that it's just, that they're seeing things differently. Or at least that with this,
Time. It's about time for real.
So yeah, so obviously, as you all may know, it is Pride Week or Pride Month. Sorry, not Pride Week. Pride Month, all the month of June. And there's a lot of activities and a lot of things that we usually have like San Antonio or El Paso, every city has different activities or different events for Pride Week. Or, why do I keep saying Pride Week? For Pride Month. And the coronavirus is kind of kicking that.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It
like,
kind of sucks.
yeah, it sucks.
It sucks a
I
lot.
know in San Antonio there's some events that are still happening. Because obviously there are events that have a lot of donations and charities that they help and all that. So they still are having that event, like different events. I have a few information here. I'll leave it down below, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, I just want to, bring up the whole coronavirus right now with the events and Pride Month, and it sucks because a lot of people
Like
want to go out there and support you guys.
celebrate, yeah, like support, being us.
Yeah,
It's pretty
but I
cool.
mean, I'm good.
No, I just said it was pretty cool.
Yeah, so it sucks that some of the. I mean, it's not going to be the same as every other year, but I'm sure that they'll have still like a lot of
Yeah, it'll just make us
smaller
like
events.
it'll make us celebrate more next year since we couldn't this year.
Yeah, or maybe just do like private celebrations, within like friends and family.
That's true. See what I could think of.
Yeah, so Crystal,
Yes,
I asked you if you were open to talk about your coming out story since, you know,
Yeah, I'm down. I told you I'm
Pride,
down with. I'm not.
Pride Month. I just didn't want to like, you know, be too like, hey, you have to open up to everything. You have to say everything. You're an open book. Because there's things you don't want to share. Some people don't want to share a lot of things. Me, I just overshare too many things that I shouldn't.
Yeah, sometimes I overshare too.
Yeah, it's just
It
like
happens.
sometimes I should just shut up.
Not even.
But yeah, so okay. Talk to me about when you first felt or you always knew you were gay or lesbian.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I remember when I was in elementary, I used to go to Escondidas, and I had a best friend named Paloma. Like, I remember she had like, I don't know, curly hair. Like, she was like a little blonde, but I don't know. Like, it's weird because we would always say hi to each other. Like, we're little kids, you know what I mean? Like really little kids. But I remember there was times where like, well, we would kiss like saying hi, but in the cheek. And
Yeah.
like I would turn around to like try and kiss her in the mouth.
Really? How old were
Yeah,
you?
I mean, I don't know. I want to say I was like,
Elementary, right?
I was in elementary. I was like, I don't know. I want to say like in third, second grade.
Está chiquita.
I was little dude, and I'm all trying to kiss this girl. Like,
So that's how kids are. Kids are curious like that by nature, You just want to do things like that.
I don't know. It was pretty. I don't know. And like that's one of the things that I remember. But as I grew up, like I guess because I've had like my mom and her mom, they're all old fashioned. Like I guess I kind of like didn't. I always kind of had like thoughts, but I was like, no, that's not normal. You know what I mean? Like I would
So
always think.
you would keep it in, like you would just kind of
Yeah, like
try to.
in high school, like there was this girl that was it was my sister's friend, and she would play around with me, like she would flirt with me. But like deep inside, I liked it. You know what I mean? And I was just like outside, like no, you know what I mean? But I was like, yes, I don't
Okay,
know.
so
Go ahead.
so this whole thing, like this whole feeling or like feeling not different because you're not different. It's just like you're just attracted to, you know, to women.
Yeah.
So when you were in elementary, like, because I used to kiss my little friends too, like, oh, but because you feel an attachment to your little friend, because you're small and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, they're everything to you, your friends,
Yeah.
And so I did that too. I kissed a girl. Obviously, I wouldn't move to, but I did. I would kiss and
Yeah.
Um, but you felt like it was like more than that, Was it
Yeah, I
more than
did.
that or?
Well, I don't know. Like I'm saying, like I kind of like forgot about it. Not forgot about it, but like I just didn't want to think about it because my mom, like I said, back then, like I don't know, they would say it was bad. You know what I mean? Like, and so you couldn't really be like thinking about shit like that. And like it didn't even come to my head until when I was like in high school, and it was pretty crazy. Like,
Do you feel like because we obviously went to high school together, and we had this real good friend of ours, and I still haven't been able to get in touch with him, Tony.
oh yeah, I
Remember
miss
Tony?
him.
Tony was
He was
like,
so special to me. He
if
was
you
so
guys
special.
have a friend who's just like this incredible, super open minded, it's
Yeah,
like he's just
he was
himself.
so
He doesn't
awesome.
apologize. He doesn't just himself, and he had this energy about him that when you were around him, you just wanted to be yourself. You just didn't care.
Yeah,
You didn't care what people said because he would walk, he would strut. He was just like,
he was so
he was
cute.
so
He was
effeminate. Like he was beautiful.
he. I went to prom with him.
I know. We all went to prom together, but you
Yeah,
were like his date.
yeah, he was so cool. But I don't know if you remember what happened. Also, it was pretty bad. What
Yes,
happened?
they told him to leave because he was
Dressed in
wearing
the,
a
he was wearing
dress.
a dress.
Yeah, and I
Yes.
would put pictures of him and everything, but I don't know how he would feel about that or, you know. Um, but I can put a picture of you both because I
Yeah,
have it. I have a picture of both of
I know.
you in
Yeah, you could put
prom.
it. You could put it. I miss
Yeah, so that
him.
people can know of the person we're talking about and you and, you know. So okay, I'm bringing this up because obviously we were in love with Tony. Tony was amazing. He is amazing.
Mm,
I
yeah.
hope that we're able to somehow get
Get in
reunited
touch with
because
him. Yeah.
yes, because he's such an amazing person.
I have. Yeah.
But okay, so my point here is obviously Tony was gay and he wasn't hiding it from anybody. He didn't
I
care,
know.
which was fucking perfectly awesome. Like
It was.
I always felt like he was fucking such an awesome dude. Like fuck, you could
Yeah.
just be yourself and like not give a fuck, and that's how people should be. And I'm just saying, like, do you think that gave you or that made you kind of more comfortable with who you really were to like kind of show it off or like let it go and be like, hey, I'm just gonna be me? Or him helping you out with that?
Like honestly, no. I still kind of like, I don't know. Like I was kind of, I don't know. I still didn't want to like accept the fact. Like it didn't come until later. Like it came when I never thought I was. You know what I mean? Like I
Because
never thought that I
sorry.
was gay, but I know I told you the story about when I was in class and we were looking at a magazine from like a science magazine, and I know
Mhm.
Pink had just came out,
Oh,
the
you're in
senior
love with
Pink.
Pink. Are you still in love with her?
No, not anymore. I got over her.
Why? She's
Cause
still
she got
hot.
married. Aye, aye.
Oh, oh I'm sorry.
No, but I remember like I was looking through the pages and like that's when I started having like I guess like different thoughts. Like as soon as I saw her, I was like, damn, this girl's fucking hot. And then I even surprised myself, like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like I was like, this isn't
Am I
normal.
saying this?
This isn't normal or whatever. But I started, that I started getting like really obsessed with getting like her CDs, pictures of her. I had every picture of her from the internet. I would go to the internet, download it into one of those old discs. Remember the discs we used
Mm-hmm.
to have?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
and like,
floppy disk.
yeah, those
We're
were
that
cool.
old people. If you don't
I
know what a
know.
floppy disk is, look it up.
I know.
Um,
Look it up.
okay, so you still didn't feel like you were, like you
No,
still
like
felt like guilty or like embarrassed or what?
not embarrassed. I felt like bad, like I guess because like I said mentioned earlier, it was something that was bad in like the family.
You just didn't
Like
want to.
I just didn't wanna, like this isn't I would always think it wasn't right. Does that make sense? Like I didn't want to.
Yeah. No,
Either
it
way, like,
makes perfect sense.
I didn't want to because I knew like what they were gonna think. Like I already knew they're gonna get mad at me and I can't be like this. That's the first thing that would pop in my head. I can't be like this. Like what am I thinking? Like this is wrong, like this is
Mhm.
wrong to think like this.
And I remember growing up with you, like, we were best friends, or we are best friends, I'm saying. But
We were.
we were, well, because we're always like attached, like we're fucking like
I
this
know.
always. Obviously now we're not, but like before we're like uña y mugre. Like together all the fucking time. All the fucking time. So like growing up, and obviously, you're a teenager, or you're like growing up and getting into boys and all that. And I remember we used to like be dating guys and
Oh yeah.
going to.
Yeah.
and and then I remember that one time that you told me, "Hey, I'm gay," and you were afraid to tell me that you were gay, that you were lesbian,
Well,
because you thought
yeah.
I was gonna stop talking to you, and I
Yeah.
totally did. I just kidding. And
That's
we're
right.
not friends anymore. I'm sorry,
Like
you're
I
gay.
did. I was like, I don't know.
Uh,
Like I don't know. I'm telling you, I always thought like I didn't want to tell anyone. It was hard for me to tell people.
was I the first one, or no? Who was the first person that you told?
Well,
I
I
know it
was
wasn't
with
me.
no, I was with my sister's friend when I first had my first like lesbian experience. So I guess I didn't really tell her. She was there to see it.
She
And
was there to experience it.
yeah, to see what happened. And so like it was her and then my sister. Because she told my sister and so like I ended up like and my sister was like, I don't care, she was really nice, right off
Well,
the
I'm
bat.
glad. Well,
She
your
was like,
sister's like a free spirit.
yeah, she is. She's pretty cool. I love her.
Yeah, I love her too.
Yeah,
Hi,
I love
Rosanna.
her. Hi,
Hi,
sis.
Rosanna. Yeah, she's like a free spirit. Like, she's like, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
That's awesome that she acted like that. And at least the first person that you told was like cool. Like, like, hey, and that kind of makes it a little bit more not
More
as
relaxed,
stressful.
more.
And yeah, like, hey, maybe everybody's gonna act this way, or maybe I'm not gonna get, you know, what I
Yeah.
thought people were gonna be thinking. So yeah, when you told me, I was like, oh, I don't care. No,
You're like, eh.
I didn't know. Like, I'm like a person that you can probably like. I'm so oblivious to things, to like little signs and little things like that. And I don't think I ever. So
You
when
didn't
you
think?
told me, no, I didn't really. I guess I wasn't really thinking about it. So it wasn't like,
Yeah,
oh
I
my
get
God, Crystal's doing something gay.
you.
you know, like I would never.
Yeah, no, I
Because,
get you.
so when you told me, I was like, oh, okay. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it was not a big deal to me
You're like, ew,
because.
cooties.
Yeah. ¿Se pega eso o qué? ¡Ay,
Hasta para allá no se me va a pegar. That's
no!
funny.
No, but like it wasn't not a big deal. I was like, oh, okay. And then you told me, oh, I thought you weren't gonna be my friend anymore. And I'm like, how did you know?
Well,
Well, speaking of
you're like,
that,
no,
I'm
I
like,
am. But you never
no,
talked to
but
me
I was
again.
like, no, you're dumb, whatever. So it was just like whatever. To me, it was
Yeah,
oh,
that
it
was pretty cool
sucks
too.
because I mean, I don't know how you're feeling. That's what it sucks for me. Like, oh, I don't know how she's feeling, or she's feeling like she can't talk to anybody, or
Yeah.
because I've never gone through that. Like
Ooh.
I've never gone through like, hey, mom, I'm straight. I couldn't tell anybody. You you don't go through that as a fucking person that's like
Yeah. No, I get you.
normal, but nobody's normal. So
That's
you know what I
true.
mean? Like, so it's like we don't go through like, hey, I need to tell my mom, I need to get out, like come out of the closet or whatever. Even
Yeah.
though there has been like little little sketches or little things where it's like where straight people are like, Mom, I need to tell you something. I'm straight.
I I'm very straight.
Yeah, but like that's the only thing that I was like, oh, that sucks because I don't know how she's feeling. Like I don't know what's going through her head, or and there. I mean, thankfully that you were in a good space, I guess, or you were in a good mental space, because not everybody's like that, and not everybody feels or has that people around them that are accepting, or you know what I mean, or
Yeah.
don't feel that way. They feel like they're alone, and people are gonna look at them different or weird, or they're not gonna talk to them, and it's just people are.
Some people are stupid, that's why. But I guess like back then, I didn't know how I would have taken it. Like I've always kind of been like, you know how I am, like real like sentimental, and so
Mhm.
like I just didn't want to go through the whole situation of like somebody. Like now I can give two fucks if somebody comes and tells me, oh, I don't like the fact that you're gay. I could just, like fuck you. I don't give a fuck what you think. You know what I mean? Like I'm not, and I'll hold hands like out there. Like I don't care. But back then it was just not that open. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah,
wouldn't see it as much as like now you do.
yeah. And even then, now it's still an issue to certain people that they're barely coming out and they don't feel as comfortable as
Oh yeah.
you, because you've been out for such a long time since you were in high school.
Well, that
So yeah, that has to do a lot with it, because I mean, we're older, we change. Obviously, by getting older, we start changing, we start thinking differently and not giving a fuck about what people are saying or thinking about
we're
us.
thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, because even like it's just in general, you just don't give a fuck anymore. Like,
Yeah.
it's not that you don't give a fuck about anything, but you don't give a fuck about what people think. Little
Yeah.
things
That's
like that.
true. I actually went out with some girl that she was kind of like, not, I don't know if embarrassed or what's the word that I'm looking for, but she didn't like to like hold hands like at stores because it was older people,
Mm.
and like she would tell me that it would be rude. And I was like, how is it gonna be rude? Like you're being rude right now. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't care if they get offended. Like, why are they gonna get offended? Like, it's not them. We don't even know them.
You're like, first of all, we don't know them.
She's not my
Is that your
grandma.
grandparents?
No, she's not my grandma.
If they were your
But
grandma, though, would you?
oh, my grandma was really cool about it, dude. When she found out, she didn't tell. None of them told me anything. Like my dad's side didn't tell me anything. My mom's side didn't say anything either. I think my mom's the one that took it like the hardest in the
How
beginning.
did your mom take it?
Oh God, you don't even want to know. It
How
was
would you? Oh, it's just. Oh my
it,
goodness! Just
it was
the feeling of telling your mother.
well, I didn't tell her. It was kind of like it was a must because of the situation that there was cops involved, and I started an argument with somebody,
Hmm.
and they wanted, and it was about that. They're like, oh, I'm gonna tell her that you're gay, and I just didn't give a fuck
I
anymore. And
hate that.
I was like,
Why
go
would
ahead and tell
anybody?
her, and
Yeah.
like, so we ended up arguing about that. The cops were involved. um my mom ended up getting out of work, and
Mhm.
she got there, and like they're like, well, the cops are there asking me how did the fight start, and I was basically saying everything in front of my mom, you know what I mean? So
What did your
I
mom say?
well, at first, this wasn't the first incident. The first incident my brother told on me, little jerk, and he was really upset. She even told me like some bad things, and I ended up moving out with Joelle
Mhm.
for a couple
Mhm.
of days, and
Hi,
I kind of
Joelle.
felt bad.
Hi, Joelle.
Huh? Yeah.
If
Hi.
you're watching, Joelle, hi.
I know. And then he had a new pack of underwears. I remember that he gave me, like, and didn't fit
Oh,
him. He's like, look, there was those boy underwear, the white ones, the little. I was like, I remember
I'm
when
sure he wants to. He doesn't care if you're sharing that.
No, I just like I'm sure he probably remembers if he's watching this, that, it was, I don't know, it was pretty cool that he let me stay. Thank you, Joel, for letting me stay those
Thank
days.
you, Joel.
Yeah, thanks for that.
That's sweet.
But like my mom ended up kind of like kicking me out. In other words, like I ended up leaving with Joelle for a couple of days, and she called me and she was like, "So are you or are you not?" And I denied it again. So she's like, "Well, come back and live here." So I went back, home.
Yeah.
But that second time when the cops were involved, I told her, "You know what, Mom, I'm gay. Like, it is what it is." And her first words were like, well, she looked like she wanted to cry, but she was like, well, you're my daughter and I'm always going to love you no matter what. And I was like, oh, tears. You know what I mean? So I was kind of
Aww.
relieved that it had already finally happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was pretty.
That's good though. That's good that she said that the second time. Maybe she just the first time it was a shocking moment, like it's
Probably,
understandable
yeah.
because your parents grow up in a different time, like
Yeah,
you
that's why it was so
say.
hard.
And then eventually, like once you start getting older, you start thinking about it. You're like, we grew up in a different time,
Yeah,
Yeah, like I don't know if something were to like something different were to happen to our kids, and they're like, oh, I have whatever, like, oh, I'm like this, and how would we take it, like.
yeah.
So you just kind of put yourself in your mom's situation, like your mom's shoes, and you're like, maybe she was just thinking about what she told you that first time, and she felt bad,
Probably bad, yeah.
She still,
I'm sure she
yeah.
did.
So I'm glad that she came around,
Yeah. And now
Because
she's
some
cool.
parents don't. That's the sucky shit. Like some
That is.
parents don't.
I don't know why. Like, it's not even like, I don't know. I don't know why they make
Love
it
is
seem like
love. That's the
it
thing.
is.
Love is love. Like it doesn't matter. Obviously it matters if you're underage and someone's
Yeah, well, that does matter.
that's like
That's
that's
different.
they can be like, I'm in love. No, you're not. But I'm just
Like,
saying
no,
love
you're
is
not.
love, like gender, like you can be whoever the fuck you want to be. That's you. Like if you're not hurting
Exactly.
anybody, then why not, Why does it
Yeah,
have to be a big deal?
it's not.
It's not a big deal. It's just
I'm like,
people take everything personal. It's stupid.
I don't know why. Like, mind your own business.
Like live your life. No, nobody tells you who
If
to
I'm not sleeping
love.
with your daughter, I stay out of my
Exactly.
business.
And even then, and
Good for
even
that,
then,
Lorena.
lady. So, what was I gonna tell you? How was your? I don't know if this is too personal, but how was your first experience? So, like,
It was pretty, well, this is how it started. It was in summer school, actually, in high school. And
mhm,
I met this girl who I guess she was just going for the summer to our school. And we had the same class. And she was really pretty. Like, I don't know. I remember her name was Audrey.
mhm.
And well, I like to draw. And I was drawing in my book. And she was just like staring, and then she was like, oh, you draw pretty good. And like, that's how the conversation started. And then
Mm-hmm.
she kind of like started like flirting with me, like, hey, you should come to a party, like, give me your phone number, like, and this and that. And,
Mm-hmm.
like, I was like, all right, like, I didn't even think about it twice. I was like, all right, yeah, for sure. And so I gave her my phone number, which she ended up calling me that same night. Like, she's like, come hang out. And I went with my sister's friend. That's where she comes in. She took me, and we were at this house party, and there was some guy that was trying to hook up with her, but
Mm-hmm.
obviously she wasn't interested. And she was like, no, I'm with my girlfriend. And I was the girlfriend, apparently. And at first I was like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what was going on. And I was like, wait, what? And then he was like, oh, you know how men are right away, like, oh, let's see, kiss her, I don't believe you, and blah blah blah. And so at first I was kind of like really nervous, and I was like, no, like, I don't, like, no.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend Gloria, well, my sister's friend Gloria,
Yeah.
like, just do it, dude. Like, just do it. You want to. And I was like, dude, shut up. You know what I mean? Like, what the
Did
fuck?
she know?
No,
No,
but
she
she was
didn't.
just saying shit like that. You know what I mean? And I was like, shut
She's
up.
just
You know,
like,
I guess because of the way I was acting,
yeah.
like I was just kind of shy, like really shy. I
Yeah.
wasn't mad. I was just shy about it. And so we finally like, I agreed to kiss her, right? And I was like, all right, like, yeah, I'll kiss her. Like, why not? And we ended up like, we pecked at first. And like that night, we just kept on making out. You know what I mean?
You're
She's
like,
my
the guy
first.
was gone. The guy was gone and you guys were making out.
Yeah, he was already gone. And
The
I was still
excuse
like,
was gone.
yeah, I was still like making out with her. And we ended up actually giving her a ride home. And we even made out. We gave each other a kiss. And we started dating after that. So it was pretty cool. And I've never been like that excited about anybody. Like my first kiss with a boy, it was like a kiss, you know, it was nerve wracking, of course, but it didn't feel the same way as when I kissed her. It was just like, whoa,
Oh,
I
that was your
whoa.
first kiss. Like your official first kiss, you know?
It was, I was like, cool. You know, she was my first
Oh.
everything.
And how was it? Like,
It was
because
awesome.
you hadn't been with a guy yet, right?
um,
Ay, Omo. Let's
yes,
talk
I
about
had,
your sexual experiences.
I was like, I
That's
had already.
horrible. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I don't know, like with a boy, I wasn't really into it. Like, it's not, like I don't know how to explain it, but like right, like I remember I was seeing a boy. I don't know if you remember Basilio.
Yeah.
Okay, well I was seeing him, and like I know I had boyfriends. I was going out with some other boy named Damien too. But when I was going
Oh,
out with him,
Damien.
yeah, and if going out with a boy for me was saying hi in the hallway, and they would be like, "Oh, let's go to the portables," and I was just kind
Then
of
you
like
make out.
hug them, and like I wouldn't want to make out, and they would get all pissed, and I ended up, well, you know how he ended up, Basilio ended up going out with Eunice because I kind of didn't really want to, you know, like
Do anything with them.
I don't, yeah, and so like I remember like when that happened with Audrey, like at school, like we went back to school and we're making out in the lockers and the portables, like we didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck either. It was like weird,
So
like
that
I don't
was
know.
a liberating experience just
Yeah.
to, how cool. Like you felt like, hey,
I was like, yes, score, baby. She was kind of cute, you know, like.
yeah.
So, so yeah,
That's crazy.
I know. I wonder what happened with her.
So, okay. Was that like a definite moment where you're like, once you had sex with a woman and you had already had sex with a guy, was that like a, hey, I am a fucking lesbian, you know? Like,
Yeah, oh
it's
yeah.
not just like, oh, I like a girl and I might be bisexual, you know? Because maybe you don't like guys or whatever, right? But, or maybe you just didn't like guys at all. But you know, you had sex with a guy, so then like having sex with a girl, was that just like, hey, just put it there, like, you know what, fuck this, I like women and that's it.
Yeah, that's how I was. Honestly, that's what it was. Like, I didn't even, it was different. I'm telling you, like, right away, I was like, oh, damn, I'm gonna go down on this chick. I went down on her. I liked it. And it was just different. Sorry if I'm being too perverted. But it's just, I don't know. Like, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, for that image.
Thank you for that, not that image, I'm just saying
Yeah, right.
that
Just
visual.
picture it in your head, Lorena.
That visual. Shut up, it's just like, okay,
You
it's
know,
my fault for asking this.
I see the little bubble coming out, like your little thought bubble.
I'm like, a little sandwich. Yeah,
I,
because I'm hungry.
yeah, right. Is that what you call it? A sandwich. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm saying. I'm
stop.
saying. Damn.
Anyway, so you've been out for since high school, so I don't want to. I don't. You don't want to say your age. I don't know why. I'm fine. I'm proud of my age.
Well, I didn't say it. I don't mind saying my age. We're the same age, aren't we?
Yes, 36, right?
Yeah,
Are you 36 or are you?
I'm 36.
So you've been out for a long time. You had your experiences, like, you know, you're, and right now you're currently single
I am.
and ready to mingle.
I
So, I mean, anything else you want to add about like your coming out story? Anything that you want to share with anybody who's going through any emotions that you were going through?
I mean, like I said, like I know, like it's hard in the beginning, but honestly, when I actually came out, like I honestly never felt better. Like it was like I was holding on to this, I don't know, like a big lie, you know, and like my mom would always pressure me to go out with boys, like, oh well, how come you don't have a boyfriend? And blah blah blah, you know what I mean? But like I don't know, I just felt better that I actually came out and said it the way it was, you know. I like girls and it's what it is, you know. I'm always gonna like girls and that's it. So I
Yeah.
actually, you know, just I know it's hard, but it's always better to, you know, just say it. You know, there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that, you know, are gonna be there for you and you know it is hard, but you know it feels a lot better to just come out and say it.
Exactly.
So
Because
I
you
did.
always make it worse in your head than what it actually is.
I
At the
know.
end of the day, like you're your biggest enemy, your biggest fucking person that'll like fuck up with, you know, you fuck with your head yourself, you
Yeah,
know.
you
So
fuck with your own head, yeah.
like sometimes you just say it, just fucking say it, and what's the worst that can happen? They can say no, you're not. And you're like, yes, I am. Or like, oh,
Let
get
me
out,
reassure you.
leave, huh?
Let me assure you.
Yeah, or like leave or whatever. We're disowning you. I don't know. But people, I mean, people are gonna react however the fuck they want to react, and they'll live with that. You know, they'll live
Yeah,
with that, and you just have to be who you are and live your truth. You know.
yeah, and like another thing, like I know people are like scared, like, oh, what if they're gonna talk bad about me and all this stuff. But honestly, someone's always gonna talk shit, whether you're straight, whether you're gay, whether you're skinny, you're fat, you're beautiful, somebody's
Mm,
always gonna fucking talk shit. There's always gonna be a
exactly.
hater, no matter who you are or what you look like, or you know what I mean? There's always gonna be somebody who's gonna talk shit. There's always gonna
Hmm.
be a hater.
Yeah,
So
because that's how people are. So, 2020. June 2020 marks the 50th anniversary of the annual LGBTQ plus Pride traditions. And the first Pride March was in New York. It was held in June 28th, 1970.
oh, dang. That's a long
That's
time.
a long time. So it's
Wow.
on the 1 year anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising.
That's crazy. That's pretty cool. Like, I could
That's
just
a cool little
imagine.
fact, right?
Yeah, like, I could just imagine how, like, people, like, were so, like, I mean, like, obviously it was harder back then. So, I mean, I give them props. Wow, that's good.
Imagine the sensation, the feeling of being who you are and like not being able to fucking express yourself however the fuck you want, walk down the
Yeah.
street holding hands with the person that you love because people weren't accepting,
Yeah.
and fucking having the first march being in New York of all places, you know, it's like
That's
huge.
badass.
There's, yeah, and being able to just march beside the person that you love or like people that support you and all that. So that's
And
fucking
just
amazing.
flipping everybody else off who don't like it.
Imagine if right now what's going around, what's happening with the Black Lives Matter movement, imagine with the LGBTQ,
I
you
know.
know, like how many people were against it or are still against it, and you're just walking away and being
I don't know
yourself.
why. People should just get over it and like, I mean, it's not something that's gonna go away, obviously. It's not like you could take a fucking pill and make it go away. Like, you know?
Also, a little fun fact: the first president, Bill Clinton, declared June Gay and Lesbian Pride Month in 1999 and 2000. Then in 2009 and 2016, each year he was in office, President Barack Obama declared June the LGBT Pride Month. So that wasn't yet like LGBTQ yet. Yeah, but it was LGBT plus or LGBT Pride Month. Why is it so hard for me to say all that?
I don't know, because it is kind of hard. Like LGBTQ, I don't know.
Yeah, so those are fine, like fun little facts to know. And I don't know if in El Paso you said there was a lot of things or a lot of events that weren't going to be
canceled. Yeah,
that were going to be canceled
due to the COVID. I guess I went to the web pages and they were saying that was due to the coronavirus. All events that obviously had crowds of people were going to be not, I don't know how to say that word.
What?
Like they're going to be canceled. There you go. Sorry.
I don't want to say canceled.
I blanked out.
I know that in San Antonio they have a few places. I have one here where it's from pridesanantonio.org, and they usually have this event where it's just like food and just being there to support, and it's called Celebrate Pride 365. And this one, it has like different people or different charities or benefit, what are they called, beneficiaries.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna still be doing it. This is in June 27th, so it's gonna be, when is it? June 27th is Saturday, so not this Saturday but next Saturday. They're still gonna be having that, and it's probably gonna be a little bit more, not as as open as before, like other years. It's probably gonna be like in an open area, or I don't know.
Everybody wear masks.
But I'll leave the details down below on this and other, if I can find any other events,
I'll send you the other events that they're gonna have here. I know they're gonna have some online, but I'm still trying to figure out if the parade's gonna be I don't know if it's on the 25th. Let me check. Or they're gonna cancel it. I'm not sure. No, it's gonna have to be on a weekend, so maybe like on the 27th or 28th. But I'll check on that too.
Yeah, and I wanted to we had scheduled to bring you the paranormal and the paranormal activity kind of stories and ghost stories and things like that for this Monday. Yeah. But since I mean it's Pride Month, and next Monday it would have been already like too late, because some events are either coming this weekend or so I just wanted to make sure that we took care of this episode today. And it's, I don't know, to me it's a very special episode because I myself, I'm surrounded by a lot of people who are gay, lesbian, sorry, bisexual, whatever, and as far as me, I'm a very open-minded person. I'm a very I'm not like, I don't feel like I'm very judgmental, and I don't want to talk about myself like, oh, I'm this, but I feel like I'm not a judgmental person. I'm an open-minded person, and I've tried shit myself too. I've kissed girls. It doesn't make me lesbian. It just makes me curious.
Yeah.
Or like whatever, like I just feel like love is love, and I'm not saying that every time I kiss a girl I'm in love with them, but I've kissed them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just a sexual being like you, like everybody else, So yeah. If you're like thinking, oh, I'm a lesbian because I kissed a girl, that doesn't make you a lesbian. Or I'm a lesbian, or I'm gay because I, kiss the guy. It doesn't, because I know a lot of guys who have kissed guys, and that doesn't make them gay. It just, be whoever the fuck you want to be, and that's it. Like,
no matter what. Yeah, who cares? Whatever you
don't
want
make
to do.
people make you think otherwise. If you don't, you know, like I'm telling you, if you kiss the guy and you're like, oh fuck, that's me being gay. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you're
well,
right.
maybe.
That is a little bit. I just maybe just a little bit, but that's awesome. I love gay people. I don't love people. I was gonna say I love people in general. I don't. I don't.
You're like,
I don't.
Okay.
But because I really don't. I love getting to know people. I love like talking to people. But if you give me an option of being around a bunch of people and not being alone, I'd rather be alone. You know.
That's true. Yeah, I know what you
Or
mean.
like being with a small group of people. But it's just the gay community, the LGBTQ plus whatever. I'm in love with each and every one of them because they're just living and being who they are. And a lot of people, it doesn't even have to be like like your sexual orientation or whatever the fuck. But people live lives, you know. They pretend to be someone who they're not, you know. And how liberating is it to just be yourself?
Exactly.
Just be whoever the fuck. Don't fucking excuse yourself. Don't ever like, you know, apologize for what you think and who you are, and because they're beautiful. Everybody's wonderful in their own little way.
You're beautiful.
Like me, I express myself with my hair apparently. You see me with bangs, you see me without bangs, you see me with my long hair, you see me with
a little bun on the top.
With a bun. That's just how it is, you know.
That's
But
true.
I'm just happy that you were able to, or you felt comfortable like sharing your coming out story, and I'm just happy that you're, huh?
I'm proud.
I'm proud. I'm actually really proud of you, like being yourself, like, you know, I'm just proud of you. Like you're a great person.
Aww.
You're an amazing person, and
Keep
you're
going.
an amazing co-host. You're my
you.
little wingman.
Right.
You're my wing. You're my wing.
You're so cute.
Yeah, so.
Yes, ma'am. Ya está pitando la pinche machine, hasta acá la oigo la culera.
Ya, deja la machine.
Bye.
Bye, Abraham.
Bye.
You gotta do that.
Bye, you gotta do this.
If you don't do this, it's not saying bye.
She's not leaving if you don't do it. Just fucking do it.
Keep doing it. She doesn't like it.
She doesn't like it when people don't do what she tells them to do.
Do it.
Even 99, what a time to be alive. Start a podcast, become a DJ, try and fill the void inside. I'd be lying if I didn't say that sounds nice. Wake up, check your phone, but the battery's died. Wake up, check your phone.